Hi, everybody. It's been a while, about 3 weeks actually. If you wonder where I went, I got to ride in an ambulance with more firemen than you can count. Turns out that I had septic, no, septic, sepsis pneumonia, and sepsis dementia, which means you fall on the ground and you can't get up. Except it being a commercial on TV with an old lady, it's me, and it's hard to find people at 2 in the morning to come pick you up off the bathroom floor, especially when you've fallen on the other side of the door and you're blocking it. But that is the reason why things are slowed down. So there is our Gmail, if you want to get a hold of me, and there is my cell phone in case you want to get a hold of me that way. We're going to be including the price with these, so if you want to just call me and make a deal, then that's the deal. So this is a radio, an RCA 1000A tube with I don't know how many RGBs are on the back of it. Debbie will now turn them on. There you go. So as you can see, it's rings and rings of different colors. And this one also has a raspberry pico. So it'll do its thing down there. So the price on this is $350 and I pay the shipping. So as opposed to it being on eBay, you won't have to pay state sales tax because I'm not authorized to collect state sales tax unless you buy it in Idaho. And you won't have to pay for shipping, which is, if you've been following the shipping costs, is sort of out of touch, and it's only going to get worse as the price of gas goes up and up and up. So this is about the biggest tube that anybody makes as far as a power transmitter. 5 legs. This one is removable, and you can't see it, but it is. As you look here, you got a wire that just unclips, and that does that. But if you don't like all that color, although I don't know why you wouldn't, because that's the whole name of the game is color, then you can turn off. You can turn that off if it's in a room that you don't want too much light. There we go. I wanted to do it. There we go. So the Raspberry Pico is a new addition that we've made, and the meters are exactly the same as far as the style of the meter. In other words, they're exactly the same. One style is the same as the other. That way they look matched together that way. The button here is in the front, so you can turn the Pico on, and it'll change. It'll run for about 5 minutes or so, or 6 minutes, unchanging. Well, what changes. It goes through a routine for about 6 minutes, and there's no one set pattern that it gets into. So you can sit there and look at it until you're blue in the face, and it'll always be different. So let's turn the lights off and see what it looks like in the dark. And that's that. Let me get a good close-up on that tube. That's a real pretty tube, really super clear. And of course, the RGB or the Pico is doing its own thing, going round and round, and as you see, it just shifted into something completely different. So you want to turn the lights back on, please? So I hope that you haven't forgotten me entirely, but it's been a long grind. I finally get to go to the doctor tomorrow, and hopefully she'll give me a clean bill of health. This one took me a week to build, but of course that's better than not being able to even get out of my chair hardly. So I'm on the mend. So, like I said, $350 complete cost, and I will pay the shipping. So you don't have to worry about any other hidden cost, anything. Just one simple upfront price. So thank you very much for your time, and hopefully this is something that you would enjoy enough to buy. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.